So, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That was a popular TV show. And it's probably the one question that we were asked as a kid or answer we gave that I want to be a millionaire. But nowadays, millionaires, it's not even the litmus test anymore. Now it's being a billionaire. But the point of it is that how millionaires are measured and what we look for to achieve that status really has changed. And I say that because when I was growing up, well, what it used to mean was you had $1 million in liquid assets. So you had to have $1 million in cash. Now, it could be in stocks and bonds that if you cashed everything in, you could get your hand on that cash immediately. But it was really liquid. And I'm explaining a little difference in a minute. And then it became what your net worth is. If your net worth is $1 million. So now that's taking your assets minus your liabilities gives you your net worth. So it's kind of like when you buy a house. You own a house, it's worth 500,000, you owe 400,000, you have $100,000 in equity. Well, it's the same thing on the personal net worth side. However amount you have in assets, subtract your liabilities, that's your net worth. And so knowing your net worth is important. And if you went through my financial class, you just stay tuned. And that's why I need you to go ahead and subscribe, because when I start putting out these videos, you're going to be able to follow along and start, increasing your net worth. So one of the things I did, or I do, not only am I a CPA, I'm also a CVA, which is a certified valuation analyst. And one of the things, what I do in that arena, beyond just valuating businesses, is increasing their value every year. See, CEOs are judged by how well they pay their stockholders, but also how well that company increases in value. So if you watch one of those, the MSNBC or one of those financial channels, you always hear when they're talking about these companies, you hear a little different language. They talk about quarters, they talk about valuation, and this applies to us individually. And it applies some of these same principles has helped a lot of my clients become millionaires because we applied these principles. So one of the things is you look yourself up, or you put things in place that I'm a business. This is my net worth. And if you ever bought a house or got a loan, they made you fill out what's called a personal financial statement. A personal financial statement is just a net worth statement. Now, on the personal side, you get all your assets. That's your cars, your furniture, all that stuff, collectibles, furs, jewelry, everything that you own has a value on it. And then you subtract your debt, whether it's credit cards, loans, for cars or whatever, bought furniture on credit. You got to subtract your liabilities, who you owe. And then when you do all that for your assets, and that can include your real estate, it also includes your business. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. That's how you come up with your net worth. And so what you want to do every year is do your own personal financial statement to see if your net worth went up. And see, if your net worth did not go up, you're probably not managing or being a good steward over your money. But the other part of it that I want to really kind of talk about, and again, it'll be in the later episodes on the long version where we really kind of working these things out, is what do we think about value ourselves? And one of the things is we may not have the millionaire formula. And what I mean by that is we may not, have enough assets minus liabilities that our net worth gives us $1 million. But is calling ourselves a millionaire is really what we're after? Or are we really after, I want that lifestyle? So some of the things that I'm going to be talking about, but there's so many different tips that I'm going to be bringing to you to help you reach that millionaire status. And I'm going to help you meet it really on paper, in reality, and in your lifestyle. And all three of them have different little measurements. So I just need you to stay tuned on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I may not be able to use that. So I want you to stay tuned to how to become a millionaire.